My name is Rachael Stoeltje, and I'm the director of the Indiana University Library's Moving Image Archive. My area of expertise is film preservation and film digitization, moving image heritage preservation in general, and archival practice in general. I also, for the last 6 years, have served on the International Federation of Film Archives, FIAF, and we started a training and outreach program in 2016, which actually addresses sort of the bigger issues globally around the world for archives at risk, whether that's from sort of benign neglect or technical obsolescence or natural or man-made disasters, sort of focusing on how to address the issues of archives at risk around the world. I would define the area of expertise for film preservation and moving image heritage preservation as preserving our cultural heritage for the last 100 years, 120 years, on film or on video or on digital formats. So thinking about just preserving our history and ways of telling our story for the future. Moving image preservation is about all of us, and it's about all of our stories. The importance of preservation and access in general is without cold storage, without archiving, without describing these important collections, they're just lost. Consequences of not doing that simply will be that these films or videos will turn, and film especially will sort of turn into like a hockey puck, and it's just not accessible anymore. Video is a whole nother story with technical obsolescence of the machines, but they also decay and deteriorate, so it's simply we're just losing our history. So the best example of loss is that 85% of our silent film heritage is gone. So there are records that films actually existed, but because they weren't seen as something that could be monetized later, after they were shown and shown and shown, they were just thrown away. So 85% of early silent cinema is just missing. I think over time you hear stories too about, I think NASA had some loss of moon landing footage, like important things that happened over time. I think over and over again you see this, whether it's due to natural disasters or man-made disasters or simply benign neglect. It happens all the time. The top issues that are a big concern for moving image preservation, we can talk one about the past, what's been recorded on motion picture film or magnetic media, so video. Technical obsolescence is a big issue. So the 77 video formats that have been recorded in really important events throughout the history of the world, whether those can even be seen or played back, digitizing those is really important. There's just natural deterioration that comes as we all age. So does motion picture film and video. Moving forward, I think one of the biggest issues is people are recording every single day their stories on digital formats on their phones, right? How those are being preserved, whether they all need to be preserved is certainly a fine question, but I think we're going to have massive loss of, baby's first walk or wedding videos moving forward. I think there's a big digital concern about what's going to be reformatted and preserved and how that'll be preserved in the future. So both the past and the future are the big issues. Natural and man-made disasters, we're seeing more and more of those with rather significant loss to collections. If you look at actually what's happened in the last 5 to 6 years, so Indiana University has absolutely devoted some significant resources to digitizing and preserving some of the really unique collections here on campus. I think we're up to about 375,000 if you include video, audio, and film in this big 5-year project. It's absolutely an advocacy, it's a storytelling that you have to do to tell people why they should in fact care about why this is important to preserve and make these collections accessible. I think in general, people who are the caretakers over these collections, like Indiana University, need to do a great job like we have done here, digitizing and preserving them, both long-term preservation, so we have cold storage here, which will slow down deterioration, but also the digitization process helps with that. Even some of the core IU collections that hadn't been previously housed in great conditions off campus earlier on at various times, those are absolutely naturally decaying. Motion picture film, acetate film will decay and it'll off-gas acetic acid. It shrinks and becomes brittle. These films have amazing history of sort of national educational television is something we have here. Early social guidance films that were used around the world, teaching kids how to behave, whether it's about hygiene or popularity or how to date. We have World War II propaganda films that were made by the US government that are really fascinating, sort of look at our culture and how people behaved during that time and all join the war effort. When we talk about the 140,000 items just in the Moving Image Archive, if you think about if we weren't preserving them, if we weren't digitizing them, then they're just simply lost.